see. Alrighty. There's that. Let's see. There's that. There's that. There's that. Go. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Hold on a second. Stupid thing. There we go. Okay. Hey, Phoebe. Good to see you. I do hate when they advertise at me on the frickin' opening screen. Where did I put my controller? Oh, there it is. All right. Original difficulty level created by developers, recommended for most players. This naming convention is really weird. So you have 3 difficulty settings, and they're normal, hard, and very hard. Why aren't they easy, normal, and hard? Especially since hard is the recommended mode that was optimized by the developer. Why wouldn't you just call that normal? What? Sorry, this is a little bit of a nitpick for me, but it's like going into a coffee place and they have medium, large, and extra large. Like, why? What are you doing? If you have 3 options for difficulty, then it is easy, normal, and hard. Not normal, hard, and very hard. It's a really stupid thing to be hung up on, but it's not. It's not a great first impression. I'm having an apple, Ms. Wicked Wolf. That would work too, since the normal. Like, okay, I gotta stop. Ever changing. Oh, so roguelike elements. Got it. Heroes and merchants. Glory and riches. Fifth door of the dungeons. Ooh. Like, I think my big hang-up is legitimately the fact that they had a setting called normal, and it's not what is considered the standard setting. If you have a standard setting that is the one that the devs optimized for, and you have a setting called normal, how are those not the same thing? I want to sit in on the meeting where that was decided and just have like one of those pool noodles just so I can whap people upside the head for suggesting this. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just like want to jolt them out of whatever stupor led to this decision. Very Zelda 1. Okay. It's funny seeing the giant backpack on him because I've been playing a lot of Backpack Hero lately. Which is probably what I'll switch to if I don't take well to this. Sorry, hang on a second. Gonna check something just to try and figure out if that's spam or not. Bobby, I literally have no idea what any of those words mean. And so I feel like you're here to promote something that has nothing to do with this channel. So, don't take this personally, but I'm going to delete that message. Whether it was meant to spam or not, you came in here and promoted something that I literally have no clue what it is. And I'm not taking up stream time to figure it out. Phoebe, I do have to wonder if part of it had to do with, because, like, this is what, a 2018 game? I feel this was around the time that, like, the easy mode discourse was really starting, which has always been BS for the record. Okay, so I have a dodge roll. Good to know. Alright, and it does go through enemies. Alright. Cool, I get it. Can we do something other than the dodge? Aha! So I do have an attack, it just... Is that a broom? Am I using a broom? Okay. Alright. I do think that sometimes easy mode is looked down on by some gamers, but I like to start off in easy mode, then play a while until I determine which difficulty I actually like. This is the time most indie games had to be somewhat very difficult, I think. I'm not sure if that's, like, actually accurate, but... Wait, what? Oh, I can charge up. Oh, got it. Okay, okay. Alright, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Right. What am... Wait, what? What is this system? What? Grab. Oh, okay, I got it. I got it. Okay. My Hero Academia is ending soon. They made a story choice that made me think of you the last few seasons. They've been doing a thing where one of the heroes realizes he was wrong to neglect his kid who was born without the powers he wanted. Okay? In the second to last episode, one of his kids basically says, I'm glad You're doing better, but I still don't want you in my life. I'm getting married. I don't want you to meet her or attend my wedding. Good. Good for that kid. Sorry, hang on. What is this? I'm getting texted. Okay. Our weapon of choice is a broom. Next, we need to get a frying pan. Frying pans are shockingly common. Whoa. Okay. You know what? Given that you started me in sections with basically nothing trying to actively hurt me, this feels like a kind of a ridiculous ramp up, actually. What the fuck? What the hell? What the fuck was that? You literally just took me. I mean, was that a supposed to lose fight? Because if it wasn't, what the fuck? Alright, I'm going to assume that was a supposed to lose fight. Because Jesus. What a sorry looking kid. All alone now. Rest for a bit, Will. I have you not. So you know me? Why would you open with what a sorry looking kid if you know who I am? What the fuck is going on? Even as a mere child, barely able to walk, you were curious of the dungeons. Okay. There's no doubt you carry the same obsession as old Pete. Who's Pete? Could I have some context for what's going on, please? You can't throw me into the game immediately, acting like we're gonna have a big gameplay focus, and then drop me into the middle of a story where I don't know who anybody is. Pacing on this is not great right now. Morning, boy. Did our little merchant bite off more than he could manage? Will, listen to me. The hard truth is this. You are the... Oh, okay, so we're back. All right. You know, Road Trip to the End of the World and Night in the Woods really ruined me for video game dialogue. Because the same thing happened with Backpack Hero, which I am liking. I've been playing it off stream, but like, wow, this dialogue sucks. So on the nose. This is a classic, what you call as you know statement. As you know, you are the last of your family, but I'm saying it for the sake of the audience, who we won't acknowledge, but will treat as if they are children. Oh boy. All right. So Moonlighter's the name of the shop. Risking your life on this fifth door nonsense is foolish. Just leave it. Find some artifact. Oh, okay. I'm not going to read the dialogue. I'm going to get more bitter about the dialogue being really on the nose and not very well written if I have to read it out in character as if there was actually personality in these lines, and there isn't. So I'm going to stop reading the lines out loud. Oh, God. Really? Really? I get that it's like a joke, but I am kind of like, freaking seriously? It's dangerous out there, take this? Maybe I'm in the wrong headspace. I feel like I'm being mean. Why did it do this slow float? That was very weird. Okay. I like that we're aiming for fair prices, not gouge the customer prices. How optimistic. Merchant's Notebook. Okay. Oh, I hate lines like that. It's in your blood. Piss off. Don't give me that destiny stuff. What pendant? What? What pendant? What? Something really annoys me about games that are like, don't forget to use blah. I'm like, what is blah? You haven't told me about blah. Okay. Is there a map? Where's the dungeon relative? Is it up here? Ah, yes, it is. Cool. Forest dungeon. Not recommended for merchants. Okay. In Stranger Things, I always did this thing with Little Byers where he's getting a bit weepy when something from the upside down. In the new season that comes off really weird now that the actor's like 43. Yeah. Gollum dungeon. Yeah, Netflix has got another case of that on their hands because the trailer for the next season of the live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender came out, and boy, the actor playing Aang looks so much older. I didn't even watch that thing. I had no interest, but I did check the trailer, and I did check the comments of the trailer, and a lot of people pointing that out. Okay. All right. Ugh. All right, so I cannot. I can't attack and then dodge immediately. There's a there's a delay. That's yeah. So I can't like dodge into an attack. I can't attack and immediately dodge. There's a stall in there. Oh, that's I don't like that. Oh, I've got a shield, though. Okay, I need to remember that. How good is the shield? The stall between doing one thing and getting to attack, I hate. I don't like that at all. Ooh, that does not feel good. I don't like it. I don't like it. The attack feels terrible. Ugh. And like I can't get away right away. Somebody, I know there's people in the chat who have played this game. Somebody confirmed to me that like the attacks get faster. Cause I hate the way this attack feels. I do not like it at all. I rewatched Mickey's Christmas Carol. Underrated interpretation in my book. I only now have noticed one of the gravestones in the background is for Gladys Knight and the Pips. Like having Noah Schnapp do the same scared little boy acting he's done 6 seasons too, but it comes off way different now that he's trying. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, 255. Like, I'm not watching it, but I get it. To a person of hopefully far luckier than I, my time is short. Took injury from a strange creature across the room. My pendant all but shattered from the shelf. What is the pendant? What is the deal with the pendant? No one's told me what the pendant... Game? Dropped a couple items when he fled. Which is this map, diagram, whatever it is. I was right. Crazy old Pete Dungone lost his marbles, but I was right. Must possess a key of sorts, all of them linked to the giant locked door outside the dungeons. Sadly, I won't be able to see the door open. Finds me, apologize for the smell, but the diagrams, please. These are not what they seem. Okay. You know, another thing that is bugging me about this is like for a game that's about grabbing loot, there's a lot of stuff around that looks like it should be loot. Like that looks like it's a necklace. That's a highlighted note, like I could read it, but like there's also stuff back here. I can't take it. I can't read it. I'm trying to think. There was another game I had this problem with where like telling the debris from stuff I'm actually meant to interact with is not the clearest thing in the world. There are ways to upgrade the weapons. That helps to hear, Cloak. I will say that I don't like starting out being this crap. I understand I'm supposed to get stronger, but I would like that by, the challenge is getting too much, not because you hobbled me right at the start. You know what I mean? Supposed to let them all out now. Have to chase this weird creature that stole my stuff. Big boss gonna be so upset with little me. Okay. What? Wait, what? What did I just do? What? Escape with... Oh, that's what the pendant is. Okay. Would have been nice if the game had actually told me that. I would have appreciated it. Ah. I think it was Bear and Breakfast 255 that I had that problem with. Because, like, one of the main things there is gathering trash, and there's all kinds of trash around, but it's like, no, that's not interactable trash. You need to collect tools. There's some tools. That's not an interactable tool. Like, what the... So... Hopefully, once I, like, get properly into the gameplay loop, it'll start feeling better. Because, like, I kind of had some issues with Backpack Hero initially, but I got over them, and I'm enjoying that game a fair bit. But, like, then there's games like Bear and Breakfast, where I never get into the groove. And I haven't made a call on this yet. Well, I mean, I used it by accident, but whatever, dude. You also could have told me how it worked. Where are the town boards? All right, there's the... Thank you for showing me. I appreciate that. Hate games that function like my dad. All right, I can't afford any of this. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's try that. Let's see if we can do any slightly higher price than what I'd had before, what I know it sells for. What is this? Golem Core. That sounds like something that would sell well. Let's try 50. Okay. Okay. So this is by design. This is trial and error. That's fine. Let's go with that. See how it works. Do I go to some... What do you want? Yeah, that doesn't... Okay. So, wait. Can I not stack more than 10? All right. Stacks top out at 10. We broke, yes. Yes, Cloak, we very broke, clearly. All right. Let's get some reactions. Oh, shit. Okay, so I undervalued that. I undervalued that. Okay. So both of those things I did not charge enough for. Oh, wait. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking... Oh, no. 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 Alright, so that's still overpriced at 120. Got it. Okay, this game has done a thing that's gonna piss me... Okay, the route I priced fairly. Awesome. Okay, let's fix this. Okay, so what the game has done that... What I would want from a game like this, like I just put a bunch of stuff into like the footlocker at the bottom of my bed. It's just one room over, but you're only letting me place stuff on the, up for sale that's in my immediate inventory, which means you're going to make me go back and forth to the next room to load up on inventory, place it, and whatever's left over, put it back so it's not taking up my inventory in the dungeon. Just make the footlocker accessible in this menu as well. Like, Shouldn't have to go back and frickin' forth like this. All right. So, this one I had figured out. Okay. This one I undervalued. So let's... I do like that it saves the last price I sold it at. I do like that. That is a cool feature. So, see, I can calm down if you give me something that's good after I've noticed something bad. I can calm down. I'm an adult. All right. Let's try 20. Oh, if I place the stack, they have to buy the whole thing. Okay. Okay, $100 for the Golem core. Awesome. Cool. So now I know what that price is well at. Okay, so because I might have priced that well as individuals, but oh, they don't like that. They don't like that price at all. Okay. What is this thing again? All right, let's bring it down to 10. And meanwhile, all right, I had placed this before at 10, and that was clearly not enough. Let's go up to 30, see what we do. Oh, still willing to buy it, but not thrilled about it. Okay. Okay. So let's back up. What if we did So if 30 was a little too high, what if we do 25? See if that makes a difference. Okay, still thinking that is very overpriced. Okay. Actually, not as overpriced as you thought it was before. So let's go down to 5. I also like that I can adjust this in real time. And like I don't have to wait for the shopping day to be over. I can adjust it while there's still customers in here. That's a nice touch. See, like I'm finding balance. Like the problem that Bear and Breakfast had was it gave me only annoyances and then the standard stuff. This has a handful of nice little touches that I wasn't necessarily expecting. It remembering the prices. It letting me adjust them even as the shopping day continues. Okay, we're getting somewhere. All right, these I know exactly how those are priced, and those are gold. So we're all set. This I need to figure out. So let's start at 10 and see what the reaction is. That Battlestar Galactica episode where they were thinking about using the virus on the Cylons, would you have had less issue with the story like that in a more episodic show like Stargate or Trek? I mean, well, yes, because in a more episodic show, I expect most storylines to be wrapped up and for the status quo to be resumed. Battlestar Galactica is a show with a continuing story where the status quo is intended to be evolving and shifting. So when you have a major event like that ultimately had 0 lasting consequences, and I mean literally 0 lasting consequences for freaking anybody, maybe a little for Baltar, I don't know. That hasn't panned out in the episode I've seen since then. But yeah, that I'm gonna call BS on. Star Trek did think about using one on the board. Yeah, I remember that one, Myro Cat. Okay, let's try this. All right, so that's still too high, and that's too high. Hold on. So let's bring this down to 20. All right, you're willing to pay that. Oh, okay. I did not price that nearly high enough. Okay. So this needs to be higher. And what was the other thing I was selling? This. People were annoyed at the price of that too. I'll bring it down a tad, I guess. That, you still find that overpriced? Really? Okay, so hold on. What is this? Like, how little do you people expect to pay for this? For real? I'll sell that because we know what we're doing with that. I gotta figure out this. Let's start at 50. Like, this bit's kind of interesting. Like the deduction of figuring this out. Yep, I know I've got that one done right. That's too expensive. And that? What? Okay, so I overpriced this. Let's bring it down to 30 and... So I overpriced this. Let's try 15. Okay. All right, so that's the correct price for that. What? How little do you people expect to pay for that? Okay. People are offended by this. Okay, let's bring it down to 15. And let's bring this down to frickin' 2. For real? I've seen a handful of individual episodes of DS9. I've not seen it start to finish. $2. Okay. 15 still too expensive. Okay. I could have... Let's see. What if we bring this down to 10? And in the meantime, I know what that sells for. I know what that sells for. I haven't dealt with you yet. Let's start at 10. Oh, nope. That's it for the day? Okay. All right. All right. I feel like we did okay. Okay, what are the... This shop expansion allows merchants to decorate to please their customers. This item sold in this sale box will have 75% discount. Iron cash register. Okay, I don't have that kind of money for any of those. So what is this? Vulcan's Forge. Do you feel the dungeons are too hard? Is brute force getting you nowhere? Potions and enchantments. And weapons. Okay. Well, I can bring you both in. So let's do that. Awesome. Far Beyond the Stars is a great standalone episode of DS9. I cannot remember the individual episodes I've seen, unfortunately. Alright, let's get some other merchants here. I would bet that they were thinking of that TNG episode when they wrote the Battlestar Galactica episode. BSG has a bunch of episodes that are clearly their attempt at grittier versions of specific Star Trek episodes. Yeah, which, given Ronald D. Moore's roots as a Star Trek writer, I don't necessarily have a problem with. I have some other problems with Ronald D. Moore, but yeah. Andre. I don't know if I should be doing that single roll of the R, but it's how I want. Andre. It's how I want to say it, so I'm going to say it that way. All right. So, requires... Okay. Okay, so this is all, Okay, so this is, what's the word I want? It's a crafting system. I need to get enough of the raw materials. Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So, I kind of like the shop management. We'll go back into the dungeon. I didn't like the dungeon. So, we'll see if the dungeon crawling starts to feel any better. Yeah! That's a bad start. Oh, crying out loud. Oh, Jesus. I hate how slow the attack is and how long a pause there is after I initiate it for it to actually do anything. All right. Okay. Fuck you. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. See, I don't mind dealing with that thing because it also had a long delay after its attacks. So that felt earned and felt properly geared for the fact that I've got a long delay after my attacks. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Wait, what? What? Artifacts must be placed at the top or bottom of the bag. Oh. Oh. Oh, you're going to make me do the inventory management thing again. See, I don't mind it in Backpack Hero because that's the entire game. I don't love that as a, Why is that sparkling? Yes, read. Columns lurking amongst these stone walls are sturdy, but their combat ability becomes easy to predict. Some of these guys... Yeah, I noticed. Thanks for telling me something I already dealt with. Okay. Get... Okay. Far beyond the stars. Oh yeah, I said that. Would Jessie all the time mention how amazing Garrick is? I mean, probably. I know she also has a big ass crush on Chief O'Brien. Hey, Kira. I never made it to the final boss in this game too hard for me. The wonky movement, hitbox dissonance did take away from my enjoyment. Yeah, I'm not loving the dungeon crawlery aspect of it right now. Granted, I'm dealing with starting weapons, but I hate how much of a delay there is between taking an action and getting to take another one. Like, you attack and there's like a pause before you can dodge or even attack again, and I don't like it. Alright. Odd. Wait, was that healing me? Yes, it was! Lovely. I like that. Oh, shit. Shit. Okay. Whoa, fuck. Okay. Ah, okay. Wah! You know what? I think I'm gonna leave. I think I'm gonna leave. Okay. It's definitely got some roguelike-y feeling to it. What is the iron helmet? Okay. I don't have the cash for it, but I have the materials. Oh, great. So now I have to be careful about selling what I need to craft. That's going to be potentially irritating. Well, hold on. If these are basic materials that are easy to get, I think I should probably put my focus on selling them now and worry about worry about being able to afford, stuff to improve things. And Garrick's probably the most interesting character in a great cast and gay. I would say that's a bonus, but knowing 90s TV, I don't know. I'd have to see it. Okay. Okay. All right, and enchantments are if I already have equipment, which I don't really have. Okay, cool. Got it. Yep, I hate the dialogue writing. It's real on the nose and real bad. All right. A couple of times on the podcast, you said you don't like when sci-fi uses fantastical situations to make something more morally complex than it is in real life. How do you feel about the culture novels justifying their interventionist foreign policy by saying they can simulate stuff in advance to make sure it always has a net positive outcome? Let me think on that. See, the thing is, like, how do I want to put this? The culture is largely depicted as having settled its moral questions and being, by and large, perfectly chill with the questionable stuff. So, like, what frustrates me about something like Battlestar Galactica especially is that it is intended, like, far more directly as a commentary on people. And when you do those kinds of parallels, like, it gets weird and wonky. Now, I don't want to... So what you're talking about in the culture is more analogous to imperialism, which I don't want to say imperialism is not a thing that still happens. It is, but not in the same way. So I don't know. I'd have to think on it more, but like my gut instinct is that the circumstances are kind of weirder and wonkier. You know what I mean? Okay. So I haven't... I'm pretty sure I figured out what that should cost. I think I figured that. I got hiccups all of a sudden. Yeah. Ow, damn it. Shit. Okay, so 8 is a price you will pay, but you don't like it. What? Did the price change on those? The hell? Good, yeah. Okay, so price on those went up a little bit. All right. What else? Well, I need to figure out what this other stuff should or shouldn't sell for. So let's start at 20. Let's start at 50. Let's start at 100. All right. So So that is... I'm still placing that at a price that, like, they will pay, but they don't like. Let's try 4. All right, so good price on that, too low on that. Okay, so let's try this, and if I was underselling for 50, let's try 100. Yeah, I would agree with that, 255. Like, shows like Battlestar Galactica are trying to be a commentary on some actual real-life things, so the ways in which... Oh, I way underpriced that. Okay. So the ways in which things differ because of the fantastical setting, if you're not very careful, it can really hurt the way that those things, like again, Babylon 5 balanced this really, really well, especially when it came to the Narn, because, like, yes, they were an oppressed people, yes, they were a colonized people, yes, they were rebelling against that colonization, but it was designed in a way to be very clear that it wasn't meant to be one-to-one analogous to any specific group from, oh shit, okay, from history that has gone through that. Like, there's even a point where Jakar, like, makes a comparison to what happened to the Native Americans, but even himself notes, like, it's not the same, but, like, a struggle for liberation still makes us kin. And there's a really good balancing act in that show of, yes, this is like some things that have happened or do happen on Earth, but it is not meant to be precisely that. Oh shit, undervalued. Okay, all right, so I've got that nailed down. All right, so this I underdid. So let's jack that up to 100. And I also need to figure out what this will sell for. You know what? Let's start big. Let's start at 100. All right. All right. It's also very 9/11 coded, though I think Enterprise third season did it better, but then it's a different show. Yeah, 9/11 had a big impact on the state of entertainment in general. I mean, how could it not? Like, it's kind of a joke, but the folks over at the Kill James Bond podcast are fond of saying that every movie is either about 9/11 or about being trans. That is a joke, but, you know... Alright, let's just restock for what I already used. There we go. Okay. There we go. But yeah, Battlestar Galactica, especially, you know, starting with an unexpected massive attack. Yeah, Battlestar Galactica is incredibly 9/11 coded, at least in its initial premise. Yeah, no, I agree. 255. I think that was possibly, honestly, the best episode of the show so far. It treated a very messy situation as a messy situation that didn't have a clear answer and didn't have a clear, correct view. And it didn't even necessarily condemn what it showed. It just showed the problems with it, even as we understood why it went down that way. Like, that episode, I might be the best of the show so far that I've seen. It's really good. Okay. Ah! See, what the... I'm legit mildly stumped at what I am supposed to do with that. Because, like, I have to get in too close to hit it, and then when I hit it, I can't move again right away, and then it hits me back. Like, I'm... What do you want from me, game? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, let go. At least that doesn't do damage, and all it does is hold me in place. The combat in this game does not feel very good. Like, I am gonna kind of put my foot down about that right now. It does not feel good to get into combat, which is a problem when that's half the game. Jesus. Wow. The writing in this is really bad. That was so on the nose and way, 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 way longer than it needed to be to make its point. Ugh. Not good. Damn it. Okay. My favorite trial episode is the trial from Batman the Animated Series. Is that the one where the Joker was the judge? Is that the one you mean? The only thing I didn't like in that episode is I thought it was contrived that Gaeta wouldn't try to defend himself. Again, because Starbuck has already heard it. I think he was resigned to his fate. I think he came in assuming, like, you have already decided what you're going to do to me. Just frickin' get it over with. I don't think that was an out-of-character reaction from him. God damn it. Fuck. God fuck. Damn. This combat feels real bad, man. Like, real bad. I don't like it at all. I don't like that I also just used a potion when there was a healing pond right here. Do not like this combat. Alright, so that's just the same note as last time, so if I've already read it, stop spawning it. Oh, shit. Okay. BSG has good trial episodes. I remember not liking the military tribunal that the chief was investigated under. I remember not liking that episode. So I'm not sure I agree, Morrow. Okay. Okay, so that's a good price for the mushroom. Big boss always comes after the healing point. Yeah, I think I figured that out now, Cloak. Learned that one the hard way. Oh, shit. I'm still undervaluing that one. Okay. So. Okay, so if I'm still undervaluing that, let's... You know what? Fuck it. Let's try 300. Come on, what do people think? Yeah, I've got that one nailed. I was pretty confident in that. Okay, so I've now overpriced that. Okay, so if 300 is too high, but 100 makes you think I've got it on super discount, let's try 200. Alright, still too high. Alright, let's try 150. $150. Got it. Okie dokie. That's it. I'm sold out. Get out of my store. Everybody leave, please. I have not seen Pluribus Marvel. Okay, there's another thing that should happen. Is if I'm out of stuff. Oh, I can't. Okay, I can close the store manually. Good. Okay. I feel like that could have been automatic, but whatever. Earlier this week, I watched a real bad Hallmark Hanukkah romance movie because a bad movie podcast I follow was doing an episode about it. I realized the male lead also voices Lucifer in Has Been Hotel, so that was surreal. Broadway actors have a tendency to end up in Hallmark Channel stuff, unfortunately. It's Jeremy Jordan, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I've heard good things about Pluribus. I haven't seen any of it. I don't have Apple TV. Fuck. My attack range is shorter than I think it is. I hate the delay in action. It's really irritating. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Because, like, even if I dodge an attack, he doesn't pause. So, like, he attacks, I come in, he attacks, I try and come in at the side and hit him, and he still gets me, because he doesn't have this frickin' delay on his attack that I do. Ah, fuck off. Jackass. I don't like how it feels to get into combat. At all. At all. Why? I would say 255 largely because being a Broadway star but not a film star doesn't give you much pull in television or film. So that's, if you want to lead, that's the kind of thing you're going to have to do. I don't know, it's just kind of what happens. Fuck. God damn it. Fuck you, man. What am I supposed to do with this fucking thing? I hate this thing. Why Hallmark movies? Because it's more prestigious than just a guest spot on a TV show and pays a little bit better. Fuck you. This combat is such garbage. And, like, I'd be more willing to chalk it up to I just need better equipment if the prices for equipment were not so exorbitant. Because, like, I'm nowhere near being able to get a better weapon. Especially considering that it requires both cash and resources. Data Everything is a fun, cozy game. I can't play it, Morrow. The main navigation is first person. I tried the demo. It made me motion sick immediately. I'll take a hint, Cloak. Like, some games, I don't want hints because I, like, enjoy figuring out. But there are other games where it's like, I feel like the game should have told me something by now, and it hasn't, so I'll take what I can get. What is that? It's an inanimate carbon rod! I do like... Oh. I was about to say I do like that I can't just fall off the edge. I can, apparently, if I try hard enough. My kiddo's been playing Date Everything and telling me about it. Sounds great. I can't play it, though. It helps to roll around the golem until you get behind it, and that's when you want to hit it. Alright, I can try that. I appreciate it. God, I hate how short my attack range is. Again, I understand that I'll probably get better stuff, but... Oof. Again, the fact that I'm going to need both cash and resources means I'm having to do multiple dungeon runs with the garbage starting equipment, because it is absolute garbage. Complete trash. I can't, great. I can't get more potions because I don't have the right stuff. Ooh. That's going to be annoying. At least in the early part of the game, that's going to be real annoying. You're an inanimate fucking object, Starbush. Yeah, I know what you're referencing. I still don't really like that movie, and I still, to this day, get crap for not liking that movie. Or actually not liking that director. Come to it. He is one of those directors who has cultivated this perspective of being a genius, and if you don't agree, the fans of his work will come for you so hard. Like, here's the thing. There's a number of reviews that I've got up that are years old. Years and years old. But I still will intermittently, like maybe once a month, get a really nasty comment on because people are mad that I said a movie was bad. And some movies, I knew that was going to happen. In Bruges, I knew that was going to happen. I know the esteem it's held in. I knew that was going to happen. But then there's other movies that I was like, really? This one? Bicentennial Man. To this day, I still get some of the nastiest comments on my review where I said the movie Bicentennial Man isn't very good. That was a shockingly hot take for some people. No, that director is not Zack Snyder, Maro. Or do you mean like in terms of Zack Snyder? The thing is, like, the Snyder Bros kind of leave me alone because they have the Zack Snyder's Justice League, they don't bother defending Batman v Superman anymore. So, you know. Actually, I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen that moment mentioned a lot. In Bruges is not a bad movie, but it's a movie with its head up its own ass. It is not nearly as, it acts like it is something deep, and I don't know why. It is a perfectly fine, functional, delightful, little obscene romp of a movie. And it acts like it's saying something profound about the human condition. And, like, here's the thing. It's not that it's not saying anything, but, like, it's not saying anything profound. And if that had just been a background element, like it having some of these deeper layers was just kind of there, I think I would have been okay. But the movie is it is very pleased with itself for how clever it thinks it is. And that's what I don't like about that movie. Like in that review, I even point out like specific moments like this this moment could have been great, except like for this one thing. I forget what the moment was, but there's like one moment in it where like I point out the music track that gets laid over it. Like, this is a perfectly fine scene, but this music track choice is pretentious as hell. And boy, did people get angry at me. And the second movie I saw from that director was 3 Billboards Outside whatever the hell it is, which also had its head firmly wedged up its own ass, and that was the point at which I realized I need to not watch this director's stuff anymore. He and I do not gel, and we never will. Which is fine, because that's the point at which I'm like, I just won't watch your stuff. I don't need to. I'm not gonna. Okay, so that's too much. So let's try that. Yeah, figured that might be the case. So let's... Are you too late? No, not at all. All right, so there's... We got a good price on that. Still overpriced. Okay. Well, at 100, people were acting like I had really undervalued it. So let's try that. In the meantime, let's get that and that out, just so I can make a few bucks off it. Three Billboards was fine, but I realized it was not for me. Like, 3 Billboards, the storyline that I really liked in that movie was Woody Harrelson's. I really liked that a lot. And then most of what else happened in it, like, let me put it this way. The writer-director has its roots in theater, and you can really tell. You can really tell. It felt way more like a play, and while that is not innately a bad thing, I don't mean it as a compliment. Vera, I saw your review for War Between episodes 3 and 4. I'm right there with you. The romance of Barclay and Salt is out of nowhere. Also, biggest plot hole so far. Why the hell did Kate fail to call the 14th Doctor? Ah! Okay, Knit. I'm never going to be on the same page with that. It's not a plot hole. It's not a plot hole for the same reason that it's not a plot hole that Superman doesn't show up to fix anything and everything that is a large-scale hazard. Sometimes it's somebody else's story. And like, I understand that from a in-universe perspective, if you are so deep in the notion of canon that you're like, but he's right there, he should take part of this. That's not the story being told. In a strictly, is this person capable of helping level, there should literally be no other superhero other than Superman. They should all be able to retire. He can do everything on his own. But that's boring. Same thing here. Let him be retired. Leave him alone. It's not a plot hole. It's not a plot hole in this. It wasn't a plot hole in season 2. It's not a plot hole. Sorry, I'm not upset at you, Knit. I just see it a lot, and it drives me up the wall. So you are fine. I'm not mad at you. You just kind of stepped on a trap you didn't know was there. You stepped on something that was primed and ready to go off that you didn't realize. Not your fault. But like, drives me nuts. It is the exact same mentality of claiming that it's a plot hole that the Eagles just didn't fly the Fellowship to Mordor. It's not a plot hole. That's not the story we're telling. I'm okay. There's an episode of House MD where the gimmick of the episode is the patient is polygamous halfway through the episode. It's revealed the husband is... Oh, that's not polygamy. That's polyamory. Polygamy is very specifically being married to more than one person and is an outlawed practice, at least in most countries. But yes, I remember that episode. Halfway through the episode, it's revealed the husband's actually monogamous and just pretending to be polyamorous so she doesn't feel guilty. Asking you, as a polyamorous person, would it actually be possible to hide the fact that you're not sleeping with other people? I mean, yeah. If it is not a polycule where you are meeting each other's... if it's not a polycule setup where you're meeting your metamors, the metamors being the people that your partner is seeing but you aren't. If you aren't engaged in a polycule where you are socially interacting with your metamors, then if the presumption and the way you talk about it is that when your partner goes to see someone else, you do as well, at least some of the time, then yeah, I think it's very viable to be able to hide that, especially if this is more about the one-on-one connections you've already built and neither of you are actively going to like polyamorous munches and stuff like that. So there's some asterisks that are required to make it work, but is that actually possible? Yeah, completely. Absolutely. Okay, Gandalf said fly you fools, then you don't want the eagles be corrupted by the ring. The spear ended up being my best weapons here. No surprise since the Achilles spear is my best weapon in Hades. Looking forward to find out what weapon in Hades 2 will be my favorite. I'm not sure I can pin a favorite in Hades 2. Especially with some of the later aspects that you unlock, I have found that I am able to get on with nearly every weapon. I think the axe is the one that I probably like the least overall, but I've found ways to get on with pretty much every weapon in that game. I'm not sure I have a favorite. Like, I've had the most busted builds with certain aspects of the torches and the staff. That's given me my most broken builds that I just tore everything apart with. That doesn't necessarily make it my favorite. Spear. Okay. So let's try and get enough stuff to like get a better weapon. I'd have guessed you find House insufferable. Like, it probably would be harder for me to get into House now if I tried watching it for the first time now, because I'm kind of over the asshole who is allowed to be an asshole just because he's smart and helpful. I'm kind of over that as an archetype. I wasn't at the time it was airing. I watched House as it was airing. I liked House a lot. I wrote about House professionally. That was one of a few things that I was writing about before I had the YouTube channel. So yeah, no, I like House, but I think a lot of it has to do with when I watched it. I wasn't over that archetype yet. I kind of am now, and that doesn't mean I couldn't revisit it because I've got nostalgia for it. So even though I could go, if I was seeing this for the first time, it would drive me nuts. But I can still go, yeah, but I remember liking it, and I still get some of those good feelings. Season 4 is the best season, by the way. Way underrated. Whoa, whoa. Okay. It's funny you mentioned the spear because now that I think about it, I actually think if I'm remembering correctly, in Yahtzee Crowshaw's review of this game, he said, I ended up going with the spear because it wasn't slower than any other weapon and had the advantage of all the bad things happening at the far end of it. Which... I just like the way he describes stuff. What is the big-ass question mark? Remains hidden while currently in dungeon. Interesting. Oh, and that... Oh, cursed. Okay. All right, we're getting more complicated with that. Got it. Got it. Ooh. Shit. My range really is shorter than I think it is. House really got worse after the season where he did the reality TV recruiting. He started as broken, tragic jerk, but it became more Rick and Morty. I never watched Rick and Morty, so I can't make the comparison. Like the season that you're saying it got worse after is what I think is the best season, personally. God damn it. But I do think there was some good stuff after that. I liked him in rehab. There were some good things after that. There was also some hot messes. My big aggravations actually in the latter part of things largely centered around the character of 13. The way they wrote her really drove me up the freaking wall. Do you think you can have a relationship where only one partner is polyamorous? The episode seemed to be implying that's fundamentally unequal. Well, the episode was wrong. Understandable given when it came out. But yeah, no, it's called monopoly. And yeah, it's a thing. That you can absolutely do it. Now, can just anybody do that? No. I mean, the thing about polyamory is I am not comfortable calling it a sexuality the way that I would call bisexuality or being gay or straight or anything else. But there are certain things that overlap with that in terms of, yeah, it's not for everybody and you do have to be a certain type of person for it to work. And if you're not that type of person, you're gonna have a bad time. It's a mismatch. So monopoly is a thing. It takes a very specific set of people and who have very specific things in terms of what they are and aren't okay with. But no, it's a thing. Yeah, by the end of that show, Cuddy was done pretty dirty. God, I hate how freaking slow the attack is. Holy crap. And I hate that I'm like stuck in place while it goes off. Like, I understand it'll be a little bit different when I get better equipment, but like the fundamental combat just feels awful. Ugh. Exactly, Maro. Like, the thing is, if we're talking polyamory, nearly any configuration can work, provided there is open communication and the right kind of compatible people are doing it. Like, there is no one way to be polyamorous. Arrive at Crazy Pete Place. Oh, hey, Site42, how you doing? Yeah, I'm enjoying the shop management aspect. The dungeon crawling I don't like because I hate the way the combat feels. I'll give it a little bit of time because I haven't gotten any new equipment yet. So like I am trying to get far enough where I can at least try different and more damaging weapons or something and see if it feels any better. But initially starting out, I hate the feel of the combat. Rock that moves. Also, the dialogue writing isn't great, but it's also kind of standard. Like, I got spoiled for dialogue writing recently between Road Trip to the End of the World and Night in the Woods, which had really great dialogue writing. And the last few things I've played since then have just been so basic and rudimentary. I'm like, oh, right, this is how it is most of the time, isn't it? Eh. Dude, you're this is your big secret? I already found Golem cores. Okay. All right. So there's unique stuff. Wow. Fascinating. Clear communication and boundaries are always helpful and important, but vital in polyamorous. Yeah, like the thing is, in my experience, when polyamorous relationships fall apart, they fall apart for the exact same reason that monogamous relationships fall apart. A communication breakdown somewhere along the line. Somebody isn't being honest about what they want or what they aren't getting or that their feelings have changed. It is fundamentally the same thing. The thing is the communication breakdown tends to be on a much bigger scale dealing in polyamory because there are multiple people involved. So it's one of those things where like polyamory breakups tend to be really messy simply because it's a more complicated situation, and when it blows up it's gonna have more splash damage, for lack of a better way to put it. Is there anything I can make? Jesus, I don't have enough for anything. Yeah, that's what I've already got, right? Yeah. And I can't, and I don't. So I need more of that. Okay. Also, hi, Context. Good to see you. Mm-hmm. So, hang on. Let's set some stuff aside here. Oh, that stack tops out at 5? Why? For fabric? Why does fabric stack less than frickin' spheres and iron bars? What? What frickin' sense does that make? What the hell? That's bizarre. Listen to a parenting podcast, but they sometimes also talk about relationships, give relationship advice. A few months ago, they responded to a listener email. They basically said, my wife of 20 years has decided she's asexual and doesn't want to have sex. And she says it's okay with me to sleep with other people if I still have needs, but I'm not interested in anyone else. I remember thinking, well, you need to end your marriage, but the person obviously doesn't want to hear that. I mean, like, I have seen scenarios, not that exact one, but like I've seen cases, especially in terms of polyamory, where like either a person who has been polyamorous tries to be monogamous, or a person who has been monogamous tries polyamory, and like they find out that they're not compatible. Like one of them kind of needs polyamory, but the other one is never going to be comfortable with it. Not because they're judgmental, just because it just doesn't work for them. That's not something they can get comfortable with. And I've just seen situations where like we're trying to figure out how to make it work, and I'm just back here thinking, I'm not going to say this, but you can't. There is a fundamental breakdown in your needs. They are incompatible. You are going to be unhappy to varying degrees until you realize this isn't working and that it can't. But also, I don't want to be the asshole who just says that. But sometimes it's true. And the hard thing is, like, these are cases in some instances where, like, these people definitely love each other. It's not a question of somebody fell out of love, but somebody's needs aren't compatible with somebody else's needs. And I've said this before, I kind of resent, it's a cute phrase, but I kind of resent the phrase love is all you need, because it's not. Loving someone is not enough to fix something that doesn't work. It isn't. It can't be. Regarding the 14th not being there in War Between Land and the Sea, here. Also imagine 14 showing up after the fact saying, did I miss anything? I'd rather they didn't do that, because that's just baiting the fan base that keeps asking that question. I'd rather you just ignore it and tell the friggin' story. People can do platonic relationships in marriage, but it's tricky. It's tricky, and also they have to be on the same page for that. And the situation that it sounds like we just got described to us is a situation where, like, somebody wants it to be, and like one person being asexual, they didn't say aromantic. So it is possible that they still have that the other person still has a romantic interest, but like ultimately, while it is possible, like, for a marriage to just be between friends, it can work, but like that has to be what both people want. What doesn't work is when you find yourself trying to make a platonic marriage work when at least one of those people is still deeply romantically entangled with the other person. Like, that romance is what they want, but they're settling for a platonic relationship. That doesn't work. Just like wanting monogamy, but thinking, well, I love this person so much and they're polyamorous, I'll just let them do that and find a way to be okay with it. You won't. You can't. Like, that's not who you are. Again, as I said earlier, monopoly is a thing and it can work, but it can also be a fundamental breakdown. No love is ever enough. Yeah, like, love is amazing. Love is wonderful. Love is a beautiful thing. Love is not magic. I know it can feel like magic, but love is not magic. It's not magic. It's not super glue. It cannot fix a thing that doesn't work. It cannot magically repair fundamental conflicts in what you want. If you want something that is incompatible with what your partner wants, and these are wants that don't just go away, they're like core to your finding happiness, you can't just push that down. Again, I don't like to draw too many parallels between polyamory and sexualities, but like it is kind of a similar mentality to being in the closet. Like, you're saying, I'll stop, I will be less of myself to be with this person. That does not work long term, ever. I have never seen a case where that works. The closest I've seen where you could claim that, quote unquote, that worked was just a case where it didn't end in divorce. And usually it just means that one person gave up on ever being truly happy and just accepted that they would never be. And yeah, it's sad. And sometimes the honest reality is, I understand that you are in love. But you also, as people, don't work. God, this thing turns around too fast. Ugh. How the fuck does it turn around that fast? Fuck! Ugh! Hate that thing. Love couldn't fix Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge didn't need love. Moulin Rouge needed ADHD medication. What the podcasters did was be like, well, if my partner came out as something I'm not interested in, I think I'd probably leave without explicitly saying that's what they should do. That's probably the best they could have managed. Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's about as good as they're going to be able to handle. Mm-hmm. I need more of the frickin' whatever they are. All right. I need to figure out what this sells for. So we're going to start high and we'll see where it goes from there. And I need to figure out this too. So we're going to start there because I don't know what else to do with that. Let's go ahead and drop that there. And drop that there. And I'll open up for business. I keep forgetting Moulin Rouge is on Broadway now, which is odd because, like, that's such a no-brainer. Okay. 200 is not enough. Let's do 5, see what we get. Okay, so that's too high. So what? I did 2. Let's try 3. That's too high. All right, let's bring that down to 3. Okay, 300 for that. Awesome. Got that sorted. And for that... Alright, well, this we can just go ahead and sell. I know what those go for. I know what that goes for. Walking around the village or trying to get back to the dungeon at night is so frustrating. It was too dark for me to see where I was going half the time. There are a number of games out there where it feels like it has a day-night cycle just because it thinks it's supposed to. You know what I mean? And like there's some again, I don't know why this game keeps coming up in my thought process. I ran into that with Bear and Breakfast. I'm like, what is the point of this night cycle? And actually, even one of my favorite games had a pretty pointless day-night cycle, that being Spiritfarer. There really was no point to the day-night cycle in that. It just stalls you. Okay, cool. Got those prices sorted. Awesome. And we're gonna leave it at that for now, I think. Well, hold on. Alright, I'm gonna take that out. It's so cheap anyway. Yeah. Those pay so little, I might as well just stick those there. What did the whetstone go for? 15. Yeah. It's funny, like looking when my character is looking down or up, he looks fine, but whenever he turns to the side, I'm like, I look like an old lady. It's the hair. Yeah, I look like an old lady from the side. I keep mistaking the character for one of the customers because of that. Like, whenever I turn to the side. Moulin Rouge was also a West End, Australian, German, North American tour production. Like, okay. Okay. Enjoying the game? Mixed nightmares. Liking some of it. They actually handled a weird listener email the other day that I didn't know how to feel about. Someone wrote in to ask if they need to be supportive of their partner wanting to quote-unquote spend time with their waifu rather than him or their real-life kid. By waifu, I mean imaginary romantic partner. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. Yeah, that... Even trying to figure out how you begin to deal with that is bleh. Worst day night cycle is Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2. What a horrible night to have a curse. Yeah. I have those moments. Whoa, wait, I didn't mean to open the shop. I have those moments when I look at myself in the mirror. I mean, me too, but I smile. I am totally okay with becoming an old lady. I'm good with that. I'm very happy with it. 5 minutes left. Okay, we'll try one more go at... Yes, I know what it's called. Jesus. We'll try one more go at the dungeons. And actually, you know what? I want to... Yeah. I kept blocking because in my mind, X should have been the attack button. God damn it. Fuck. I hate these things. Ugh. Nothing? Really? Come on. That can do it. Starbush, yeah. Damn it. Open it! Fucking open! I am! Dude, I'm hitting A, so open it! What the fuck? I understand that I reassigned A to a different button, but you say A to open and I press A. Open the fuck... What the fuck just happened? No. God damn it. Why did that change on me all of a sudden? That's where I had it. Oh, God. Open! Open it! What the fuck? Are you really telling me that if I switch this back... Oh, fuck you! Fuck you! Oh, fuck off! That better have been a glitch, and that better not fucking happen again. Holy shit! I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I try and do a custom controller setup that actually feels better to me, and it breaks the frickin' game. Oh! If you can't tell, I get very irritated at things that feel like they fundamentally break on me. Let's see if we can find another chest, put it back, and maybe it'll work. Maybe it was a one-off problem, but if it's not, I'm really ticked off. Because my adjusting the control scheme to something that works better for me should not make the game literally unplayable. So let's hold on here. And let's see if we can get through this and not get killed. God damn it. All right. Okay. So, let's put the controls the way I wanted them. Oh my God. Oh my God. This game has been out for 7 years. If that is a bug, it is unacceptable that it has not been fixed and is still in the game. And if it's not a bug, go to hell. Oh. That little frustration is the exact reason I stopped playing World of Warcraft. Yeah, if you're going to have customization options for your controls and they break the game in some fundamental way because now basic functions don't work anymore, just because I switched 2 buttons that are literally right next to each other, your game is busted and wrong. I might have to maybe it'll sort on a restart. I don't know. I'm not going to sort it right now. I am, however, fundamentally ticked off. Whew. Forgot there was a charge attack, too. All right. We're going to call this a stream. Hold to sleep because I'm pretty sure that saves the game. Yeah, I don't want to risk not having saved stuff. All right. Very mixed. Very mixed on this game. I might play it Friday. Absolutely no promises because it's doing some stuff to tick me off. So we'll see. But I'm mixed on this right now. It's a neat idea. It's a very nifty idea. The execution is leaving some to be desired. Yeah. And that pod, they did say something I very much agree with. If you have a child, they should be as removed from your kink play as humanly possible. Well, yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's a given. That's one of the things that always infuriates me about, and most kinksters know that. It's one of the things that infuriates me about, the prude squad, who are all like, you are doing this stuff in the same hole where your child sleeps. Like, no, what's the word? Ethical kink practitioner is exposing their child to their kinks. That is not a thing that is going on. And if it is, yeah, that should be addressed. But that is not indicative of kinky people. Anyways, sequels in 3D, just watching the trailer made me feel sick. Oh, well, I would never touch the sequel then anyways. So yeah, I'm going to call it a stream right there. My review for the 3rd and 4th episodes of... Hold on. My review for the 3rd and 4th episodes of The War Between the Land and the Sea, that is up on the main channel. Saturday's video will be about television series being too short, specifically in defense of the idea of a filler episode. That's Saturday's video on the main channel. There'll be some other stuff out on here during the week. I just don't know what it'll be. But yeah, that's it for right now. There is no Quill and Sword this month, so that campaign wrapped up. We're going to start a new one in the new year. So thank you all for joining me for this. Take care of yourselves. Be well, be safe, and be kind. I'll see you.